How churches run is whack. That's what Tribbet said. Stay tuned. God bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me on Morning Nuggets. This is yours truly, Pastor Nate. And as always, it is my absolute pleasure every time I come and speak with you. I pray that you had a great weekend, and I pray that this video finds you exceptionally well. Tribbet says, the way churches run, the system of the church is whack. Y'all remember when Whitney Houston made that comment about crack? Yeah. Tribbet is an American singer, songwriter, musician. Like Kirk Franklin, he gets on stage and demonstrates a lot of charisma and energy, mostly appealing to the younger crowd. Recently in an interview, Ty says the way the church is run is whack. And that went viral. It caused a lot of stir in the church community, and there were mixed reviews. A lot of the older generation did not favor the comment, but of course the newer generation welcomed it.
It's a system. Everything is a system, and systems work with or without God. Mm-hmm. So I think the institution of church is whack. I think how church is ran is whack. I think the religious system and structure is whack. I don't subscribe to it, even though I grew up in it, I benefited from it, but I learned that God is not the church.
What was interesting to me in that statement was he said the way the church is run is whack. Like, I'm discounting the system, the way it's run, but he said I benefited from it. That's kind of like a contradiction to me. All right, it's no good, but I benefited from it. Well, if I benefited from something, I'm not going to dogmatically say it's whack. I may say we need to reassess some things, or maybe we have more knowledge of things now than we did back then because knowledge was limited. And as we grow, as we move along in time, we get smarter. Then we find out maybe things weren't necessary. Like, for example, Paul talks about the law. Now, I was raised in a strict Pentecostal background. And now that I look back, I found out a lot of those things, a lot of the legalism wasn't necessary. But I'm not going to say it's whack because I feel like I'm the person that I am today, a man of God who seeks to please God daily. I'm not perfect, but I strive to walk uprightly. I believe because of the strict bringing up, even though it wasn't a perfect system, because of that, I am a better man today. I do have boundaries. I'm not so liberal that I just live freely without boundaries. Now, maybe there were too many boundaries, like women can't wear makeup, women can't wear pants, things like that. You know, it's kind of like you eat the meat and spit the bones out when you review the system again. Maybe that's not necessary, but living right, being set apart, striving to live holy, keeping the pants zipped up, getting out of the bed with everybody, those things remain. Now, there's a scripture in 2 Thessalonians 2:15 that says, hold on to the traditions which you were taught. When we use the word tradition, people just throw the baby out with the bathwater. They just discount the whole system. But no, we cannot. Some traditions, some customs are still relevant today. We just can't throw the whole system away. Because even though the church wasn't perfect, some things they did get right. So we have to have a balance there. I know in our new generations, we want to throw the whole system away and do everything new. And everything has to be evolved. But no. Sometimes we got to go back. Some things in the old way we need to still be practicing. And I know the older church, it was so strict and it was so full of legalism till it kind of had you in bondage a little bit. So we need to find that balance. Yes, we need to be free, but we don't need to be too free that we're living a life that's not pleasing to God. We don't need to be going by so many rules and regulations where we're practicing legalism either. We need that balance. Maybe Tribbet failed to communicate it that way, because the way he put it, he just seemed like everything he was brought up in was whack, and that's not necessarily true. If you like what you're hearing, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We'll keep blessing you. It's like this. You said it. I didn't enjoy the whippings when I was growing up. My mom, my grandma, she killed us, just strict. But now that you're grown and you look back, you say, I appreciate those whippings now. They weren't fun during that time, but right now I appreciate them because I grew up. I was a upstanding, outstanding man, upstanding, outstanding woman who got a family, who fears God, got a great job. I think those whippings did good. You say those things now. You didn't look back and say those whippings were unnecessary. Many of you will say they were necessary because you're the person you are today because of those whippings. Thank you for joining me this morning. In the meantime, in between time, be at peace and not in pieces. Till next time.